thrilled to have partnered with just one of the greatest nutrition minds in the world today. He's co-creator of the Core Nutrition Program. He is internationally renowned as a nutrition and fitness expert. You'll have seen him on TV. He's been on CNN. He has regular spots CNN, HLN. He's a recurring guest on Dr. Oz. As I think I just mentioned, multiple celebrities that he works with one-on-one. Author of the New York Times best-selling book, Body Confidence, which is a phenomenal, phenomenal read. And we won't say too much, but he's also got another book coming out early part of next year, and I personally can't wait to read that one. So let me introduce our guest speaker for tonight, who's going to talk you through the first phases of the Core Challenge, Mr. Mark McDonald. Mark,
I am Mr. Stevie Jones, man. Thanks for that intro. I feel the same about you, my friend. Some of the great times. And everyone on the webinar, welcome. And we are super excited for the Core Challenge. I remember a 24-hour day Steve and I spent together in Canada. I flew up there, and it was like a never-ending day. We went to Vancouver Island, and we had lunch and dinner together, and we took a ferry together. And that man is one of my inspirations, and his heart is a gold. Now, tonight's about you. It's about you making a run to really take your body and health to that next level. You know, I love that word, core champions. When I was watching the slides, as you were, and I saw Steve come up with that, and we presented being a core champion. Now, to me, you're on this webinar, so everyone on this webinar is a core champion. You know, everyone has till May 7th to get all their stuff in to officially be part of the challenge. But what we wanted to make crystal clear here is that every single quarter, every 3 months, there's going to be new winners and new aspects, so people can join this at any time. So 3 weeks from now, you can still join. Does that mean that you're going to be part of the initial 8 weeks? No, but you're set up for the next transformation, because what we don't want is people to feel like, oh, I missed a week, I can't join. No, this is an ever-evolving aspect. So you got to ask yourself a couple things. You know, why the Core Challenge? You know, it's not just about the product's core. I helped design those products. It's not just about the plan. Steve mentioned my next book and the plans featured in it. And it's not just about the community, each of you. It's about all of it. You know, I'm right now, we're doing a Headline News 8-week transformation challenge. And to see the inspiration, to see Lynette drop 20 pounds, and to see Yvette drop 22 pounds, and to see all these people that I'm seeing all the time and in Facebook and through an 8-week run, and to see people change their body, change the way they think, understand it all. It wasn't just because of products. It wasn't just because of the plan, and it wasn't just because of the support. It's because of all of it. This is what we know, that each of you have a 3 times greater chance to achieve your health goal, whatever that may be. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to build muscle. Maybe you want to gain weight. Maybe you want to burn fat. Whatever your goal is right now, the reality is this. You have a much greater chance to do it with someone else, to implement a plan that's plug and play, and use the most cutting-edge products to fill in your gaps. It's all of it together, and that's what this challenge is all about when we start looking at how do we break through this. Now, what I just put up on your screen was Detox, and I love the idea of detoxing. You know, I've been in this fitness industry since 1995. As collegiate soccer player, as 4 years as a fitness model in Los Angeles. I'm a nutritionist, I'm a kinesiologist. I started in 1995 in Gold's Gym, Northridge, a gym guy, running nutrition and fitness. And then we opened up our first nutrition practice right next to the mecca of bodybuilding, right there in Gold's Gym, Venice Nutrition. And what I've seen is that starting in 1999, I was teaching not about dieting, not about restriction, not about deprivation, but about eating in threes, a balance of protein, fat, carbohydrates, eating every 3 hours. Why? Because it balances your hormone. You're not using food to lose weight, you use it to create hormonal balance. Now, with that being said, I think all of you want fast results. Now, I want to read a quote to you that I wrote that's in my upcoming book, and if you take a pen, write this down. Progress fuels motivation. Motivation builds momentum. Momentum creates consistency. Consistency inspires confidence. and confidence delivers results. I'm going to read it one more time. Progress fuels motivation. Motivation builds momentum. Momentum creates consistency. Consistency inspires confidence, and confidence delivers results. When we talk about why detox, why your 8-week run, to me, life is about runs. It's about moments of pressure and progress followed by moments of recovery. And wherever you sit right now with your health, I want you to get crystal clear on where you are. Rate yourself right now, and I love everyone to do this on the webinar. Rate yourself right now, 1 through 10, on where you sit. Are you a 10? 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Do you feel you're 2? Do you feel you're 3? Do you feel like you're 4? I want you to ask yourself this question. Are you moving forward with your health, or are you moving backwards? And where do you want to be 8 weeks from now? See, this is your moment to draw your line in the sand and make your 8-week run. And when I talk about an 8-week run, I talk about that you're all in, that you're going for it. And then throughout this coaching series, because we officially start next on this upcoming Tuesday, but we're kicking it off tonight, but we're every single week. I'm going to lead you every step of the way along with yourself and all of the people in the Facebook community and living this challenge, and you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. What I can guarantee you is that after these 8 weeks, you're going to have the tools, the inspiration, and the results, and the education that's going to teach you how to make this into a way of life. So when we talk about why an 8-week run, it's because you need that momentum. But why a detox? When I think about detox, I think about my kid Hunter, my son Hunter. And relate this, whether you have a child or not, relate this to yourself. Think about something in your life that you do that you love, that you excel at. When you excel at something, man, and you quickly understand it, you just want to drive it and work harder. My son loves soccer. So he just plays and plays and thrives at that. But then if there's a new sport like golf that he struggles at because he's new at it, doesn't pique his interest as much. That's when we talk about progress fuels motivation. The reason why we entered a detox in this 8-week run was very simple. We are bombarded right now with detox plans all over. Whether it's the lemon diet, whether it's your all juice cleanse, whatever it is, 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days. There are detoxes that help people drop some weight, and then what we know is that it comes back. So how do we create a detox that actually makes a significant difference for you, that allows you in 7 days to build the momentum to then ignite your metabolism, to progress at the point where it fuels your motivation, that builds your momentum, that creates your consistency, that inspires confidence, and that confidence delivers a result? That's what your 7-day detox is about. Now, many of you may start tomorrow. Some of you may start on Tuesday, because we kick it off on Tuesday. May 6th is the live coaching series. And I'll cover similar what I'm carrying and cover tonight with a little more detail on Tuesday. But some of you might start tomorrow and tear it up over the weekend. Some might start on Tuesday. Some might start on Wednesday, because you have to go up to Wednesday, May 7th to get everything in, to officially be part of the core challenge, to actually win one of the core champion offerings. Now, when we look at your detox, how do you own your next 7 days? How do you make your next 7 days work? What was the purpose behind it? So back in 1999, when I created Venice and I taught blood sugar stabilization, I had a specific plan that I wanted to do for people who were ready to get ready for a wedding, had a photo shoot, a celebrity, an athlete, someone who needed to take their body to the next level, that really were ready to make their run. And that's what each of you are ready to do right now. Now, what I didn't have back then is a product line like Core and a partner in a community that can build it together. I was coaching people one-on-one. But that's why the product line with the plan and the community allows you to win. So basically in this first week, you are going to cut, clean, and flush, and you're going to lose your bloat. Now, what does that mean? Most of you are carrying, all of us basically, are carrying inflated weight. I want you to think back to a time whenever you eat cleaner, get a little more exercise in, you probably drop 5 to 10 pounds. That's just bloat. That's an excess fluid that your body carries. Now, a lot of times we want to move into our fat burning mode. But if our body's not running well, like a car that doesn't have an oil change and you're running a bunch of junk, you can't burn fat effectively or efficiently. This is why your 7-day detox is so important. And your detox is not a whole different plan than you're going to dive into your next 7 weeks. No. It's the same plan with minor adjustments. So we're building that momentum to create that consistency to deliver the results. So phase 1, you're going to cut, you're clean, you're going to flush. Now, what does that mean by cutting? Basically, there's foods that bloat you. And when I mean bloat, it means it holds. So, many of you probably already know this. Some of you may not. So let's go down the list. I'm not going to have to go in super detail, but I want to give you some info on each one. So gluten. Gluten is that elasticity found in bread that we all love. Okay? It's almost in all bread products, but unfortunately, it's a complex protein that's very difficult for your body to break down. So we're cutting out gluten. Why? Because it causes inflammation. Soy. Soy is an estrogen. It's an isoflavone that causes an increase of estrogen in your body. Now, estrogen is a fat-storing hormone, important in men and women. What's the problem with soy? Bloats you. Makes you hold on to fluid because it causes fat storing and water retention. So we're cutting out soy. Cheese and yogurt. Many people say, well, Mark, wait. Core is casein and whey concentrate. Yeah. What we've seen is that powder proteins, like a whey protein and casein, doesn't have the same effect in the digestive system as whole cheese and yogurt. And plus, cheese and yogurt are loaded from a point of lactose. Cheese from two main things. Cheese and yogurt, there's a process to it, and there's heavy lactose in it. And heavy lactose in most people in a whole state, it's very difficult for your body to break down without lactase. So cheese and yogurt are cut. Refined sugar. Refined sugar makes you hold on to fluid, makes you bloat. Every gram of sodium and carbohydrates holds on to water, so we're cutting out the refined sugar, so you're not spiking your blood sugar either. Sugar sweeteners, aspartame, sucralose. When we start talking about sugar sweeteners, they're fake sugars that bloat you in your body, cause that gas that none of us likes when we have some sugar-free gum, and that makes you hold fluid and affects your digestive system. So stevia is a natural sweetener you can use. Salt. I shared sodium and carbs hold on to fluid, so we're cutting salt. Now grains. Now you might be saying, Mark, what are you talking about? Grains are great. I know, grains are great. The problem though is, what's the goal with your detox? You want to lose your bloat. So what we're doing is, grains are complex carbohydrates, your brown rices, your oatmeal, your quinoas. We're taking all complex carbs out and putting in super clean, simple carbs, fruits and vegetables, just for 7 days. They're going to be brought back in your ignite phase. Soda. I don't think I need to share much on that. We all know that causes bloating. Alcohol. Please don't get mad at me, but the reality is alcohol dehydrates your body. It interrupts your sleep cycles, makes you hold fluid. We've all had, well, I don't drink, but I know anyone who drinks on this webinar, when you wake up after a night of drinking, your eyes are all puffy, you know why. Coffee and tea. Now, this is the one thing. So coffee, when we talk about detoxing, is your adrenal gland is your body's energy. Just like your cell phone uses electricity to charge it, sleep charges your body's adrenal gland. And that adrenal gland releases, just like the cell phone has a battery for energy, your adrenal gland provides your body with that energy. Now the problem with when you drink too much caffeine, either in tea or coffee, what ends up happening is that causes your adrenal gland to release adrenaline, and then your body becomes reliant on it. If you cut your coffee and you have a massive headache, you know what that tells you? That tells you that your body's reliant, addicted to coffee. So this is the one thing we've done when I look at the HLN challenge, when I look at the 8-week run that we've done, and I see when people take off coffee, a lot of times they have the very bad headaches. If you have a bad headache, still work 1 cup of coffee back into the morning, or tea, just so you can ease off of that caffeine. So that's how you cut. So we're cutting, And you're cutting so that you can lose these. You're cutting the foods that make your body hold to fluid. Now, once you cut, now we clean. Oh, one more thing before that. I didn't even know this slide. I forgot about this slide. So one more thing we're cutting is exercise. Now, many of you might say, Mark, I want to lose weight. How can I cut exercise? What I can guarantee is this, that most people over-exercise, and exercise causes damage to your tissue. Damage to your tissue, even as good as it is, that soreness you feel that next day is damage to your tissue. Your muscle grows back stronger. The problem is that makes your body hold fluid. We want to recover your body and really clean it out to prepare for fat burning mode. And I guarantee you, you're going to drop the max amount of weight and your body's going to burn more fat by you taking a week off. Now, I'm talking strength training, high intensity cardio, light exercises like walking, cycling, something where you're not out of breath or winded is totally fine during the detox. Now, once you're cut, now we're not bringing in any of that bloat. Now we got to clean it up. And we clean it up with two things. Basically, you're going to add clean foods and clean supplements. Now, I'll go through the proteins, the carbs, and the fat. And once again, I want everyone right now to just look and you tell yourself or look in the, or write it down, say eat in threes. I'm not going to dive into the science of blood sugar, but eating in threes balances your blood sugar and balances your hormones. So you're eating every 3 hours from the moment you wake to the moment you sleep, a little bit of protein, fat, carbs. What that does is it triggers your body to release your stored fat, and that fat gets burned up in your muscle, whether you're exercising or not. And then when we activate your fat burning mode in the ignite phase, you're going to burn fat even greater. So your lean proteins are going to be all lean, all fresh. We're going to avoid all animal, like all saturated fats. So beef and pork and lamb. You can add clean bison and chicken and egg whites. And if you're plant-based, hemp. You can do fish, salmon, turkey, venison, all clean, lean proteins. Now the powder proteins as well is your core shake. Now the reason why I love adding that shake as your mid-morning, mid-afternoon is this. When we talk about your digestive system, what we know is that you need protein every single meal to balance your blood sugar, to stabilize your hormones, to optimize results. The problem, though, is that protein's not the easiest thing to break down. So when you're eating whole protein every single meal, a lot of times that doesn't give your digestive system a break. That's why the core shake was created, because it's a phenomenal meal replacement protein powder that's got great proteins, good fats, good carbohydrates to help stabilize your blood sugar. It's already in the liquid format, so it gives your digestive system a break. And because it's a true cell formula, a triple micellar casein protein, it helps stabilize your blood sugar and keep you satisfied longer between meals. Then in addition, you add the core boost, the cleanse. Why is a cleanse? Why was that created? There's 3 digestive organs or 3 parts of your digestive system that really are part of a detox. Your liver, which right now, I want you to think about everything you put in your mouth today. I want you to know that 99% of everything you put in your mouth had to go through your liver. So it's important that you clean out your liver. Well, part of the cleanse, you have milk thistle, which cleans your liver. Then I want you to think of everything you drink today. Now, all liquids, that's what your kidneys filter. And look at your kidneys like a pasta filter. Drains out, keeps some of the good, gets rid of some of the bad. And cranberry extract cleans out your kidneys. And then you look at your colon. And having the colon clean, that allows your whole digestive system to flow. And that's where the senna comes in from the cleanse. So with the shake and the cleanse and the clean foods, you've cut in the bloating foods, you're replacing it with clean foods, so your body's not holding any of that fluid, and the bloat's coming. Your bloat's going to leave, and you're going to lose weight quickly, efficiently, and safely. Now, part of the additional foods is the carbs, the proteins we talked about, lean proteins. And basically, please just follow this list in your core program guide. Follow that. Now, the leaner you get from the point of as we enter the ignite phase, you're going to add more variety. But we're making this 8-week run. This is the moment where you're making your run. So you're going to keep it super clean. In your thrive phase, week 9 and beyond, you're going to learn how to really evolve this into a way of life and bring back a lot of the foods that you love in moderation while still following the same principles. but basically simple carbs, your fruits and your veggies. We're going to avoid all the calorie-dense veggies, the corns, the peas, the potatoes, the beans, all of these particular things. You're going to keep it simple and fresh. Then we look at your fats, really clean fats, avocado, raw nuts, natural nut butters, flaxseed, olive oil, coconut oil, macadamia, and one more you can add to that is chia seed. Now the free foods, herbs, spices, and leafy greens. So you can put in any type of herbs, just make sure it's no salt, spices as well, and bring in those leafy greens. So there you have it. You have what you're cutting. You now have what you're cleaning. And then the third step is we got to flush it. So you cut the bloating foods, you add the clean ones, you add the right products that clean out your digestive system, your liver, your kidneys, your colon, and then now you're going to flush out all your toxins. See, just how your body is a refuel as it goes machine, it's a rehydrate as it goes machine as well. So when you talk about flushing out all that bloat, which is typically caused from sodium, now when you drink a lot of that water, sodium, as water is being flushed, as sodium's exiting your body, water has to follow it. So you flush out these toxins, and we're going to drink up your water. So if you're a female, you want to drink anywhere from 8 to 12 8-ounce glasses. So anywhere from 2 to 3 up to 4 liters. If you're a man, anywhere from 3 to 5 liters up to 6 liters. This is the key though. If you're not drinking any water right now, pace yourself. The one point I want to make is 1% improvements. So go at the pace. As long as you're improving, if you're drinking right now 1 glass of water, if you can add 3 glasses this week, then that's positive. That's progress. Now, the more you can do, the better. And what you want to make sure is that your urine is clear. That means that you're hydrated enough. There you have it. It's that easy when we talk. Before we dive into portion sizes, it's very simple. You cut, you clean, and you flush. Now, when we look at the portion size, I want all the ladies right now to lift up their hand. Lift up their right hand. Look at your palm. Your palm is the size of the protein. That's it. 3 ounces if you want to weigh it, or you could simply, and that's pre-cooked, or you look at your palm, that's your protein. Now make a fist. That's your carb. So whether a fruit or veggie, the fist is going to be the size of your carb, and then your fat is basically your thumb. That's it. If it's going to be oil, it would probably be a tip of your thumb. Now men, all the men, lift up both your hands. Look at your palms. You can have 1.5 to 2 palms as your protein. Make 2 fists right now high in the air. That's going to be your carbohydrates. And then your fats are going to be like a super big thumb. So feel that meat. Like make a big circle around your meat of the bottom of your thumb. That would be your fat. And that's basically how it is. You're going to eat your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. And you're going to make sure that you follow the simple foods, you hit these portion sizes, and then you fill those gaps with your core shakes. And then this would be an example for a female. So right here, let's go through it. Every 3 hours, you get a balance of protein, fat, carbs. Just remember, eating in threes. You eat with your first hour upon waking. The longer you wait to eat that first meal, whenever you're waiting too long and you're starving, your blood sugar drops, and that makes you burn muscle, not release fat. So if you're hungry, eat. If you're not hungry and you wake up, do a half of meal. So where you see the 3 egg whites there, if you're not hungry, you could just cut that in half. Do 1 egg white, do 1 little berry, and do a nut. That could be how easy your breakfast could be. Then you're going to make sure that you're eating your last meal within an hour upon bedtime. You might be saying, Mark, what are you talking about? This is the key. As long as you're never spiking your blood sugar, you can't store fat. So you definitely want to eat before bed. You just got to eat the right amount. Now, if you prefer shake or breakfast, you can totally switch that. So if you want to shake in the morning, you could do corn in the morning, and then you can do breakfast after. And then if you're still hungry, this is the one thing. Let's say you're already eating 5 times a day. Most likely, you might need a 6th meal. You can have an additional meal. We're not focused on calories in versus calories out. You're eating in threes, which keeps your blood sugar balanced, which bounces your hormone, releases your stored fat, and optimizes your body. So breakfast, mid-morning, lunch, mid-afternoon, dinner, and bedtime. And this is what we talk about, plug and play. It's that easy. Most of you are all of you most likely are already eating lunch and dinner. Many of you are eating breakfast, and now you're not probably eating mid-morning, mid-afternoon. It's simple. That's why core was created. to actually fill those gaps with quality to keep you satisfied. And that's why the cleanse exists. And then the bedtime snack, which I do every single night, I have a shake. So this is what I do. I have 3 shakes a day, and I do 3 real meals. Sometimes I might have a 7th meal. And that we'll address that more as you dive into the Ignite phase. But that's for women. Men, same structure. Men just have more food. Now, no one gets upset with me about that. That's just because men have bigger bodies. So basically, the same exact structure. Same eating patterns, same rhythm. And that's the biggest thing that you really want to focus on right now. You know, when we look at, and let me just go back to that one. When you look at you making this a way of life, it's all about owning it. You know, I opened up this webinar with why your 8-week run. You know, I want you to ask yourself, why are you doing this? What's the purpose of you being here? Why do you want to make this run? Why do you want to make your health a priority? You know, I had a friend of mine, Max. And Max struggled and struggled and struggled to make his health work. And then finally he just said, you know what? I'm tired of how I feel. I'm tired of how I look, and I'm tired of that I don't have the energy to be the dad I want to be. And being the dad that he wants to be was more powerful than what he got from not making his health work. See, your why is that anchor. So you have to get clear in this beginning, because what I can assure you is this: your results will be fantastic in this detox phase. You're excited now. We're all excited. The core challenge is launching. We got the core champions. We're all part of this. But there's going to be a moment, and this is why we launched the coaching series on Tuesday, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, where the novelty is going to wear off a bit. And when that novelty wears off, that's why you plug into the coaching series, but that's also why you have to be clear on why you're doing this. What are your goals? What is the purpose behind it? And what do you really want to get from being part of this experience?
Mr. Mark McDonald, that was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And like I said,